Souls-like games aren't a genre I play often. For example, with Elden Ring, I primarily played it in cooperative mode because fighting the same boss over and over wasn't really fun when doing it alone. Anyway, where I am going with this is Shattered Tale of the Forgotten King is a Souls-like indie game that I had to play all on my own. So is this a good entry point for beginners of the Souls-like genre? Or is this a game that will only be welcomed by those who are already fans of the Souls-like experience? Find out in this review. The story follows you, a muted soul in the collapsed world of Hypnos. The world has lost its king and it is up to you to find them. On the journey, you're accompanied by this small skeleton known as the Whisperer. The lore is deep, cryptic and confusing, but I understood more and more as I progressed into the game. The handful of NPCs found across the world and totems reveal information about this world you're exploring, so make sure you talk to them all if you are interested in understanding more about the story and the world itself. Shattered Tale of the Forgotten King is an action-adventure Souls-like game. The game follows a linear path to begin with and then eventually opens to an open-world map that seemingly allows you to explore as you wish. However, with the confusing story, I was never clear on where to go or what I should be doing. I felt this the whole way through the game, and due to this I had no connection with the character or the journey they were on, leading to an underwhelming overall experience. Movement during the game is fluid with a double jump and air dash. Unfortunately, there is no mini-map, which means players will need to open and close the full map to figure out where to go. And note, whilst there is no standard fast travel option, you can use certain items found in-game to teleport to certain areas. The combat overall felt precise and worked for the most part, however it did lack some polish. You have a light attack, a heavy attack, dodging and magic. When it works, the combat is fun with decent attacks and dodging. I found the parrying system was very hit or miss though. Going one-on-one with enemies never presented much of a challenge, however once you had multiple enemies in the battle, the challenge was increased. If you are to die in combat or from falling while platforming, you respawn at the last limbo well you used. These are found frequently enough that you won't lose too much progress upon defeat. Resting at these wells will respawn all enemies in the area, as well as refill your healing items. Shattered Tale of the Forgotten King has a main hub area that you can come and go via portals. Once here you can level up your character's stats at a shrine? Honestly, I'm not sure what this is, but the stats you can boost are fairly standard for RPGs such as vitality or health, stamina, strength, magic, etc. In Shattered Tale of the Forgotten King, you can also craft and forge items as well as upgrade your weapon with materials you collect. Often the materials for the weapon upgrades are received from defeating one of the many boss-like enemies. The visual style remains consistent throughout the game. It has an overarching eerie feeling that fitted. I personally liked the character design, but the textures of the backgrounds were not sharp and looked less than impressive. The camera angles for the most part worked well, except when it forces you into a side-scrolling viewpoint. Often this is during platforming sections of the game, and I found it difficult to judge the depth of a jump and would often miss the platform, making for a frustrating experience. The music blends into the background so well at times I barely even noticed it. It often was eerie and soft, matching the setting and visuals, whilst also amplifying that sense of mystery that the game coats itself in. There is no voice acting in Shattered Tale of the Forgotten King, so be prepared to read if you want to learn more about the lore and the world. Throughout Shattered Tale of the Forgotten King, I kept feeling like something wasn't quite right even though I was having fun. The combat could use refinement, and some of the visuals also could have been enhanced, and yet the game isn't bad. Perhaps it was a lack of clear story or reason for this journey that I couldn't get past. I would say this game is friendly to newcomers of the Souls-like genre. This is due to the less challenging combat and frequent respawn points found within the game. It may also scratch that itch, for people who've played Elden Ring are looking for another Souls-like game to sink into, as this game does have a more open environment once you get through the first few hours of the game. However, you won't find the same amount of challenge here. It was an ambitious project from an indie team, and whilst they may not have gotten everything right, there is definitely a lot to still enjoy within Shattered Tale of the Forgotten King. Thank you so much for watching this review. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!